Hi. Since my last WIP Parade, I have been working on 39 projects and I have stitched 28,200 stitches. Hi and welcome to my summer WIP Parade. My name is Esther. I'm from Denmark and I love to stitch. Before we get started, please ignore the background. Today I'm in the middle of a decluttering project and for the last 6 days my wrist has been non-cooperative, so I have not been able to tidy up. So just ignore it, okay? Before we get into the projects, I would like to say that I have a lot of projects to show you, but a lot of those projects I will only have stitched a bit on them because they were part of my 60th birthday challenge that I had to start 50 new stitching projects and 10 new knitting projects before August 15. And I'm happy to say that I have reached my goal. I have actually started 51 new stitching projects and the knitting projects have also been started, so I have achieved my goal. Actually, when I started putting things together for this video, I was pretty sure that I had only started 48 new projects, and then I noticed that I had forgotten 3 projects to put them into my book, my WIP book, and all of a sudden I had 51 new starts. So hooray! Well, before I show you what I've been working on, well, I have also been working on these. I will start by showing you what I have finished since my last WIP Parade, not floss tube, but WIP Parade. I think my last WIP Parade was in March. The first project, I will just show you a photo. Here it's 5 different cats from the designer Doreen Jones. I find them very cute and they are very tiny. They are about this in size. Yeah. And I think it was from a cross-stitcher magazine. Then I have finished, and I have not ironed it, but this is the Morning Star Flail from the SpeedyXStitcher. This is a Patreon pattern. I am stitching on another one in this tiny series as well. I will show you that one later. But this is the Morning Star Flail and I stitched it on 16 count dirty. This next one, I think I started it back in 2021, something like that. And I finally finished it. I think it was from a Just Cross Stitch magazine, a magazine I have no longer access to since they pulled them all from the Readly app, which annoys me a lot. But anyway, it looks like this. It should have had this border below, and I was just so fed up with it, and I preferred to just finish this border up here and then be done with it. I stitched it on 14 count white Ada, and that's also one of the reasons why I know that I began this one in 20 or 21, because when I restarted my stitching during COVID, I only had white 14 count in the house. So that was probably one of the first ones I started. This next one, it's one of my own patterns. but I found the text on a kind of a postcard. It looks like this. It says that every penny I spent will make the world richer and will come back threefold, something like that. I'm stitching it. I stitched it on 16 count Ada. It was called Sketek Grey. It's a printed fabric. And I stitched it with variegated floss. Right now I think it's Damasco from Misusedas, so it's silk. I stitched it with her silk thread. Yeah, it's Damasco. This one as well as this one I'm going to make into pillows. And now this. If you follow my regular floss tube, you will have seen it. This is an Emma Congdon. It's called Colorful Casas, and I love, 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 love it. As you can see, I still haven't fully finished it. I think I'm going to lace it and put it in a frame. It's just so gorgeous. It took me a little more than a year to stitch this one. And I have another finish. This one you haven't seen because I haven't showed it anywhere. I did it as a stitch along on Instagram with Craftivating Creations. She does have a floss tube, but I don't know if I don't think she has made more videos. She's now the mother of 2, so I guess she has her hands full. But anyway, this is Winter's, I forgot the name. This is Bat's Winter Brew, and it's just so cute. I love this one. I love all the Nathnolo projects I'm working on. I love. And this one is so cute, and I'm going to turn it into a pillow. Yeah, so these were the finished projects. Now I'm going to show you my WIPs. That means projects you have seen before, but projects I've been working on since the last WIP Parade. Yeah, this first one, it's Summer Sampler by Tiny Modernist. I stitched 761 stitches on it. I'm stitching it on 16 count printed fabric called Icy Topaz, and it looks like this. And I love the way it turns out. I love these colors on this fabric. This fabric is one of my favorite, if not the favorite printed fabric. What I wanted to say. Yeah. Then we have Sewing Cats from Soda Stitch Design. I have stitched, not much, 144 stitches. So now it looks like this. I have stitched on this white cat here. Oops, sorry. I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it now. This one is stitched on 16 count gray. Let me see, it says here pewter gray. and it's from Lakeside Needlework, the fabric, and it's Zweigart. Yeah, those were the days when I could shop in the UK. I really miss that. Then I have also stitched a bit on this older project. It's Iceland. I did 165 stitches. This is on 22 count Hadanga, and I'm stitching it 1/1. So it's not going to be that big, but it's very tiny. So when I pull it out, I only stitch one thread, and then I don't want to stitch more on it. But I will finish it eventually. And as you can see, I have a lot of fabric. So there's room for a lot of minis. But it will take some time before I get to that. I have also been stitching on this bogreolen, the bookshelf from a Danish designer. I am now done with the bookshelf, and now I just need to fill it out. I haven't had any opportunities to fill it out because I want to bring it along when I go somewhere, and then just bring along some leftover threads and then fill out the books. And I haven't been to any events, social events, where stitching was allowed. So probably during the winter time I will get to it. I did finish one book just to see how it looked. Yeah. And this one is stitched on White Chocolate by Permin. And I really like this project. I really do. But I don't want to just stitch on it. Also because I was feeling a bit under pressure because I had this challenge going for me. But now I think I'm not going to make a challenge again, but I think I can say that in the next couple of weeks or months I will not start any new projects. That is, unless I see a pattern that I just have to have. I think you know the feeling. Especially if Nathanolo brings out another armchair animal, then I've got to buy it. But so you could say that my goals for the rest of the year will be to see how many projects can I finish. If you have followed me for a while, you will know that I usually finish quite a lot of projects in a year. This year, not so many, because I kept starting new ones. As you saw, I only had 5 projects to show you that were finished. Well, the cats, they were 5 projects. So altogether it was 9, but still. Yeah. But I think my goal will be for the rest of 2026 to finish as many projects as possible. That doesn't mean that I don't start anything new. Okay, I have also been working on the Gothic House by Nora Corbett. It looks like this. I'm stitching it on 27 count, hand dyed by me. I call this fabric Dimmu because I think it reminded me of Dimmu, this place in Iceland. I have explained that in one of my recent videos, if you want to hear more about that. Anyway, this is how far I got. Not very. I'm looking forward to stitching more on this again. And I did, as I said, 413 stitches. I worked over here, I think. It has been 2 months since I last stitched on it. Yeah, and I have absolutely no idea how many WIPs I actually have at the moment, but I guess it's around 90 or 100 because I started so many new ones. Well, the last of my already existing WIPs was the Autumn Hedgehog. It looks like this. I stitched 308 stitches on it. So hopefully this one will be finished soon. Well, that depends on my left wrist, because that's really annoying at the moment. So these were my WIPs. Now we have all my new starts. I will start with these ones because there are 6 altogether here, and as you can see, these 2 I have finished for quite some time ago. And then there was the hedgehog. This one is the... I'm going to put up pictures so you can see. This one I think is the pumpkin, or this one is the pumpkin. But anyway, and this is the avenue. I think, anyway, when I put up the pictures, you can see whether I'm right or wrong. But these are all 6 from Across Stitcher magazine, October. I didn't write that down. Sorry. October 24th, I think. And I'm going to make all of them into small pillows, I think. I'm not that totally sure about that anymore. Anyway, I still have got some time to figure out what I want to do with them. Yeah. I stitched... Where is it? Yeah, I stitched on this. Wait a minute. I think this is a squirrel because its tail is here. Yeah, 421 stitches. And then I think this must be the avenue. I think. And I did 109 stitches. No, sorry. This is a pumpkin. I did 339, and this is the avenue. I stitched 109. So there you have it. And they are in no particular order, so I'll have to look. These are all by, what's the name? Soda Stitch. And I put them all in the same bag because a lot of the colors are the same on the projects, and then each project has about 2 or 3 colors only for that project. Anyway, first of all, I want to show you an old, it's the Winter Village. It looks like this, and all the fabrics I'm going to show you I have dyed. But this was the Winter Village, started a long time ago. Then I started I think this is the Spring village I did 74 stitches, but I did start. And the summer one looks like this. This I dyed with shaving foam. I put it into shaving foam with color in it. So this was the summer one, and I stitched 116 stitches. That means I only stitched on it one day. A lot of these new projects I only stitched on for one day. And the last one is the autumn one. I did 112 stitches on it. And it looks like this. And all 16 counts. The next one is this by the SpeedyXStitcher. The Iron Maiden, same series as the Morning Star Flail. This one I stitched 1,353 stitches on since the last time you saw it. And this is also stitched on 16 count dirty. Yeah. Now 3 restarts. Back in 2022, I started Giles, Willow, and you can see this is Giles on this 20 count iridescent fabric, stitching with sulky, and I found out no. I mean, the covers is very good, but it's actually quite hard to stitch with sulky because it's actually too thick for 20 count in my opinion. So I had stopped stitching on these. The last one I only stitched this much. So I decided, nah, this is not going to happen. If I'm ever going to stitch these 3, I have to change the fabric. And so I did. I changed into Manuscript by Lakeside Needleworks. And I think I switched some of the colors. Yeah, I think this is Willow. And I stitched 170 stitches on her. And here we have Giles, 106 stitches. Not much to see yet. And this is Sander, where I stitched 77 stitches. So they are all on this piece of fabric, but again, as I said before, a lot of them I just stitched a little bit. I had told myself that 20 stitches would be enough to be part of the challenge, but most of them are stitched more than 50. So it's a good start, and now I can actually, when my wrist allows, I can start stitching on them for real. Next one is Vampires Shouldn't Sparkle. It was a freebie I found somewhere quite a while ago. I decided to change the border. I'm stitching it with cotton thread. This one, Cosmos, from Cottage Garden Threads. This is Cosmos. And I'm stitching it on, I think it's 18 count hand dyed by me. And this is how it will look. I stitched 146 stitches. This is the most common, between 70 and 200 stitches. That's what I usually stitched on all these new starts. And this one, there are two in here, a rooster and a hen. Let's start with the hen. I didn't stitch 155 stitches. I think this is the way it's supposed to to be. And the rooster had 210 stitches, and I'm stitching it on 18 count Celadon from Zweigart. I'm using a mixed, it's by Tiny Modernist from some cross stitcher magazine, I think. And I'm not using the called for. Yeah, some of the called for, but I also put in some of my fancy flosses. So it's a mixture of weak style work, DMC, and classic colorworks. This next one, United Kingdom. This is actually not. This was new start number 25. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. I don't recall. But anyway, since my last WIP Parade, I did 1,629 stitches on it. And it looks like this. I think it's going to. This is the way. So. And I'm stitching it on 16 count vintage marble by Zweigart. And yeah, it's an easy stitch, but a bit boring. Eventually I will be done with all the blue and can move on. I mean, it's not that it doesn't have other colors. It does. But so far I haven't seen much of those colors. Another new starts. This one is by Mama Witch X-Stitch. I think she calls it Ghost on a Toilet. I didn't stitch that much. I'm stitching this on. This is a piece of fabric from. It's a leftover, as you can see. I have stitched quite a lot of small ones on this fabric. It was from the now non-existent Chromatic Alchemy. Still from when I could still buy in the UK. It's called Al's Dark Magic. And I did 122 stitches. There was also a free start called Love. I think it has to do with pride because of the colors. It looks like this. I'm trying to make the outlines so I can just fill. Then I'm going to stitch the letters, because then I have the outlines and then I can just stitch without having to look at the pattern at the same time. I think it's on a piece of, I think it's 18 count Yorkshire, I think it's called. It's either Yorkshire or what's the name of the other? I forgot that. No, it's not that important. But these are the colors, as you can see. Then I pulled myself together. I have bought this one since I have made the Halloween town and I have made the Christmas town. I actually thought this one was a new one because it's the first time I saw it, and then I noticed, no, it's from 2014. But I hadn't noticed it before. It's called On the Beach, and it's by Madame Chantilly. And first I had to scan it and then put it into my program and redraw it and put it in. So it was Pattern Keeper compatible. And I did. And I'm stitching it on 16 count pergamena. And this is how far I got. And this might not be the best color for it, but now I'm sticking to it. I'm not going to restart this one. I did. This is restart. No, this is new start number 48, and I did 526 stitches. The white, I mean, but you can see the whites, which is why I'm not going to change it. Did I say it was pergamena, the name of the fabric? Otherwise, I did now. And I'm using the call for including this one. I suddenly noticed that it said that I should use this one, and I thought, haven't I got that color? And yes, I did. And the rest are GMC. And then again, Madame Chantilly, but this time it's just the summer owls. I did 1,110 stitches on them, and it's on 16 count dyed by me, and it looks like this. And they are so cute, these owls. I really love stitching on these ones. What's this? Again, it has been a while since I stitched on it. Right Sparks. This is the London silhouette from Cross Stitcher magazine. I did 689 stitches on it, and it looks like this. It's a very cute one, just two different colors, gray as well as black. Oh yeah, I have the picture here, you can see it. It looks like this. I am not going to do the fireworks because I want to have it up all year round. And I'm probably going to put it in a frame and put it up on my wall. Okay, in here I have 4 new projects. The first one is from a Swedish magazine. I just called it Snowman. And it looks like this. I think this is also on Yorkshire. Or the other one was called Oatmeal, and this one is Yorkshire, I think. And I did, where is it? 115 stitches. And on the same, I'm doing the tree on a car, and I did 48 stitches. So they are both on the same fabric. And they are both from a Swedish magazine. I found it on Redley, and it was from Hemmet Journal number 49 of 2022. So if you have got the Redley app, you can actually find this pattern online in the Redley app. The next one is, oh, which one is? Just a moment. This one is Have Yourself a Merry Christmas by Emma Congdon. I'm using the Lyrebird Walk by Cotton, what is the name? Garden Cotton Thread, eh? Cottage Garden Threads. And I think it's a beautiful color. So this was that one. And the other one, it's on Vintage Marble 16 count. I think it's this way there. And I'm using the one called Noel. It has nice Christmassy colors. And I stitched 48 stitches. And it's called Have Yourself a Merry... No, sorry. It's called Jingle All the Way. So these were 4 new restarts. Now we are almost done. I only got my Nathnolo projects left. So again, the bats. I also stitched on the plant witch. She looks like this. And she was start number 31 and I did 1,769 stitches on her. And I think it's so cute. And they are both stitched on 16 count, hand dyed by me. I also have this one, but I have not stitched on it. But it's called Spooky Cozy Friends. Another new start though is this one. It used to be called Book Burrow, and she renamed it into Reading Badger. And I have stitched 372 stitches on it. So it looks like this. This is the beginning of the armchair. And yeah, I haven't been working on this one either, and I should be, because as you can see, it's pretty far. That's a stitching owl. But I did work on the, what was it called before? Crocheting corner. Now it's called crocheting mouse, and it looks like this. And I did 1,875 stitches on it. But the one I think I will finish first is this quilting fox. Isn't it absolutely adorable? I have stitched 3,370 stitches on it. And I'm so annoyed that my wrist hurts too much to stitch, because I would love to stitch again on this one now. But it's better to be safe than sorry, so I just have to wait. I mean, it hurts here because I've been lifting a lot of stuff, and I do have arthritis. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but usually I never get pain in my wrist. But I did carry a lot of stuff around. And then I just noticed that it also hurt to knit and it hurt to stitch. And so far it has been day 6 without. I hope I'm not going bonkers. So this was my Summer WIP Parade of 2026. I am planning to do another WIP Parade in October. And then the big one in the Christmas holiday, where I show all my projects, all my WIPs, active as well as inactive. I hope by then that I have got the numbers a bit down. I think I had plenty to show you today, and I mean, it has just been 3 months since my last WIP Parade. Anyway, of course I will return before that with a new floss tube, but at the moment since I do not know when I can stitch again, I cannot promise that it will be in a month from now. But anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and maybe even consider subscribing. That would make me very happy. But until next time, may your threads always run smoothly. Bye.